All right, let's go ahead and get this party started. Waiting for the text notification to go out, and then we're going to jump into the topic today. And it's not going to be, hopefully, it's not going to be a long video because I actually want to get to working out this morning. But I said, you know what, let me make this video real quick before I go to work out because I want to get nice and sweaty. And then I want to bleach my hair. And then I want to go on with my day. And I didn't want to bleach my hair first or work out first. Actually, I don't even want to work out before I bleach my hair because I want my scalp to be dry. Oh, you all are coming in. You all are coming in. Okay. This is quick. You all got that notification quickly. Good morning. The text notification is about to go out. So while we're waiting for that, tell me how you all are doing. I see Soju's in the house. Joanna's in the house. MM's in the house. Red headphones are in the house. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me I feel like I need to fix up my screen because it's changing from page to page that I'm on. All right. So good morning, everybody. Shout out where you're from. Let me see where, since it's just us here right now. Shout out where you're from. And, well, shout out where you're from and where you're at if it's someplace different. So you could get 2 shout outs in. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes people are from Atlanta and they in Ghana or New York, or they're from New York and they're in San Francisco. So let me see. And Mary is saying, stop explaining yourself, Tonya. Well, you know what? I feel like I did not want to, but I feel like I have to because I'm getting so many comments and people are up in arms. There was the text right there. It went out quickly. The systems are moving fast this Monday morning. So let's go ahead and get live on all platforms. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, we are live on YouTube. Oh, look at this. We got Michigan in the house. We got NYC, Brooklyn in the house. Orlando, Florida. Jamaica and Florida, pull up. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I am your host, Tonya TKO, and as you know, I am a self-love specialist from TonyaTKO.com. I help you learn how to love yourselves. I help women learn how to love themselves after relationship trauma. I am a life coach. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I do active coaching behind the scenes, and I am constantly in the process of helping people rewire their subconscious programming. Over the past year and a half, I went on a healing journey. And while I was on this healing journey, I reduced my weight by about 50 pounds or so, fluctuating, working on maintaining a balance right now. And there was a woman who went viral quite recently for participating in a very abusive, harmful skit towards the image of Black women, and she decided to do this to promote her stinking podcast. I haven't used that word since I was a child. Her stinking podcast, right? Because she claims she's a licensed therapist. I believe she has a bachelor's in psychology. Somebody posted in my comments that they read her bio. She has a bachelor's in psychology and a master's in something. So she has 2 years of postgraduate training plus maybe some other courses. She just decided that she was going to start coaching couples or therapizing couples or whatnot. Nonetheless, when we were watching the original video, damn, I should have made clips, but fuck that shit. I really want to just get to my workout this morning, so I don't want to be on here long. when we were watching the original video, she was talking about how she's too good for the Cheesecake Factory, right? That she wanted to go to a better restaurant because she had her breast out and she was saying she looked too good for the Cheesecake Factory and it would be embarrassing because Cheesecake Factory is a chain restaurant. And I said, meanwhile, she has a body by Burger King. It was said in the moment as a joke. And there have been a lot of people who have come out to misconstrue the comments. And I decided, so Mary was telling me I need to stop explaining myself, but there was a comment that came in this morning that I wanted to emphasize because it was the final straw. This was the final straw, right? This comment was the final straw because all right. So this woman says, I remember there was a video of a dark-skinned, obese woman on TikTok saying she only dates a high caliber of man. Tonya reacted to it and said that she would get it one day if that's what she will accepted, regardless of her appearance. It would just take longer. What changed your views now? Question mark. This was maybe earlier this year or end of last year. Do fat people get wined and dined? Can they say that they too want a high caliber partner, even if their appearance is common or even sloppy? All right. So there's a lot going on here. And I want to, I just want to exemplify this. I pulled up that video that I did. Let's see if she was right. When did I do this video? This is the video here. Let's see, when did I do this? What year was that? Does it not even tell us what year? Anyway, let me open up this video here and see if I can see the year here. Okay, it says 1 year ago. Let's see the date. June 22nd, 2022. All right. So let's get into this video. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get through the thing. So if you all remember this, oh, look at me. I am perfection. Look at that white hair. Look at that white hair. Oh my gosh. You know how difficult it is to get white hair? You have no idea. But look at me, girl. You go, girl. All right. So nonetheless, this was the video here. And so we're going to take a little watch through it.
Pay for all that.
All right. Let me turn off get my headphones in, right? Because I responded to this woman and I wanted us to get into it, right? And so Mary is saying, so because you are fat, you should not expect to be wined and dined or get a man with money. This is what Mary is saying. The same one who was like, I need to stop explaining myself. So apparently I do need to explain myself if people are misconstruing, even you, right? So here, let's get into it. London self-love. Today we're going to be talking about this young lady right here. Right here, Milka the Movement. That's her name. And she did a video where she let me bring this video to the forefront so that you all can see. And we're gonna be reacting to the video. It's a lot. It's a lot. So basically, this is her right here. All right. I'm going to let the video speak for itself, and then we're going to do our commentary afterwards. Welcome in, Text Notification Squad. Oh my. Listen, I keep forgetting to take my bud off of this. All right. Come on, Tonya, get to the video. What am I doing? Alicia's getting her notification for the first time in a long time. Well, I'm glad you got it, baby.
Here are a list of things I expect
Thank
men
you.
to pay for if we're dating. Number one, all dates. And I don't mean dinner dates. I mean kayaking, snorkeling, going to theme parks, ziplining, etc. I expect a man to pay for all that. Number two, my nails. I get my nails done roughly once a month. That's pretty good for me, so I expect him to pay that. Number three, my hair. I just feel like as your girl, I should just not walk around with my hair looking crazy, and you should pay for it. Number four, gas. I just think that that's just like the masculine thing to do, is to make sure that my gas is always on full. Number five, wax. I feel like that's pretty much self-explanatory. Like, you should just pay for my wax. Yeah. Number six, my electric bill. Chances are, if we're dating, you're probably going to spend a lot of time in my house, which is going to cause my power to go up. And so you should just pay for it. Let me know what y'all think.
All right. So that's that right there. That's that. I so there's a lot of different videos that we need to get through. She does. I'm gonna be. Somebody says she has. Somebody is saying she has a nice voice, and that's the thing. When I saw the image of her, I did not. I'm gonna be honest. When I saw the image, I was like, oh, what is this guy having to say about men and women and dates and pay and that stuff? And when she began to speak, I was stunned because I was confused for a few moments because, and some people even commented that she looked a little bit like the comedian George Wallace. For
I'm
those of
rude.
you who
This is
remember
rude.
George Wallace.
This is so rude. Go. Let me just fast forward. This is rude. This is rude. But that is what people were saying. That is what people were saying. They were saying that.
Remember George Wallace, rest his soul if he's not with us anymore.
And then people said he was still alive.
I was surprised. And listen,
Lord
no
have
shade.
mercy.
I'm just talking about what I saw, right? And I want to get into the full meat and potatoes because there's some people who are talking about, oh, how she can't demand that. But there's other videos that we need to get into. And Alicia is saying, is she a girlfriend or a child? Listen. Alicia, please level up your mindset. Please level up your mindset. We're gonna get into my commentary about this in a moment, but I want you to level up your mindset because you don't allow these men out here to convince you. We'll talk about that in just a moment. We'll talk about it in a moment. Don't worry. I got you. I got you. So here. So when I was looking up her video, because I was like, okay, let me go to the source and see what this woman is all about. Like, is she joking? Is she serious? Et cetera, right? Let's continue going forward.
Here are a list of things I expect men to do in marriage. Number one, pay the rent, mortgage, and utilities. So that's like the rent, the water, and like the electric. You know what I'm saying? And then if we have a home, like the property tax and the mortgage insurance, all that good stuff. Number two, to do most of the cooking. I cook, but I don't really like to cook. So it's really a plus when I meet a guy who is really good at cooking. And there are actually a lot of men that are great cooks. Number three, the dishes. I don't like doing the dishes, so it would be great to have a man that just took that chore off of my hands because I don't like to do the dishes. Number four, do the laundry. And when I say do the laundry, I don't just mean like put the clothes in the wash. I mean like the whole process. Put the clothes in the wash, put the clothes in the dryer, put them up, iron what needs to be ironed, fold what needs to be fold. Like, do the whole thing from A to Z. Number five, take out the trash. I don't like to take out the trash.
And then she goes on yard work or housework, upkeep of the cars, date night, at least 2 a month, annual honeymoon and vacation. And then here, let me get to my commentary because, again, for you also here. So this is her and what she looks like with her makeup on and her face fully done. etc. So this is what she looks like while her face is made up and all of that. Okay. Listen, that's how her face looks, right? So we couldn't really see her in the video, but you can see that she's kind of overweight. I requested her page is now private on TikTok, which makes me think that she wasn't joking. And so I sent her a request to get in, but I'm sure once people start telling her I'm talking about her, she's probably not going to let me follow her after that. But let's continue forward with my my notes. Okay, when we um when we start when we start listening to her and hear her talking about the things that she requires in a mate, the first question that I ask is, okay, well, listen, God bless her for putting her standards, her criteria, her list or whatever out there. Because when you do that, when you let people know where it is that you're coming from, what it is, too many of us are not communicating our wants and needs, etc. So with her communicating what it is that she wants and all of that stuff, then listen, I commend her, because I think it's important to let people know what your standard is so that the people who are down with it can come forward and the people who are not can move aside and move out of the way. The
True.
first question that I ask is, if these are all of the things that she expects for him in the relationship, paying for these things, etc., etc., what is it that she is doing in the relationship and giving in return? Right. So that makes us wonder. It makes us wonder about what's existing outside of what it is that she's talking about on social media. Right. She says that she doesn't like doing dishes. She doesn't like doing laundry or cleaning, etc. And so typically if the man is out there working and all of these other things, the woman will be at home, doing what it is that she does domestically around the house. But every situation is not like that. But one begs to question, okay.
You know what it is? I'm entranced. My voice is so placid and so calming that I'm sitting here. I'm forgetting I'm watching the video. I'm just entranced. We need to get forward. I'm done, went into a different zone. We need to go back to the video that we were supposed to be talking about. Let me go back into the back end of my account, because I did another video on her. I wanted to find that. Oh, darn it. Where is my Milka? That was her name, Milka the Movement. Or did I just put it as Mika the Movement? Mika? Oh, gosh. I messed up. Let me see if it's a related video. And it is not even a related video to my own video. Mika the Movement. So,
So what is it that she may be doing? Is it her stunning, stellar personality?
hold on. Let me see. Who is the person who is saying that she looks like Big Worm? I'm going to tell you this, Leslie. I will block you the next time that you put that up on the screen. Stop abusing my comment section. As a matter of fact, you've lost your privileges to have your comment shown on the screen. You can still comment privately or on the page, but not live. I think it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. You said it once already. I let it go by, and then you keep posting it over and over again. Enough. 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 Okay, we get it. You're not attracted to her. That's fine. That's fine. And there are people who may feel that what it is that I'm doing and saying is hypocritical but see, and we'll get into that in a moment. But I want to get to what my commentary was, because I did say,
story, because I said,
what makes you think that?
let me show you
oh,
all a video. Let me show you all something.
oh,
quick,
yes,
right?
yes.
We played this video. It was either last year or the year before that, right?
It's
Listen.
like, why is it that black women still keep trying to find a quote good black man when black men don't even know how to treat white women good? I mean, they glorify.
So this guy right here, he was talking about
black women and how black women need to give up on black men and he's looking for his black queen or whatnot, right? I actually went to his social media page to follow up with him. And he actually did find him a black woman to marry. The black woman that he found is obese. This is according to, the definition of what obese is. She's obese. And she's, one of those people that have like a really gummy smile. So she has like those little kind of teeth with the big gums kind of smile. But he found his woman and he got married to her, right? I think all of this is in context. When we were talking about Mika, we were talking about how she could get. I said she could get that. She could get it, right? Let me take mine. I said that she could go to somewhere, someplace. If she's willing to date men of different races, most likely she is, right? If she's not really focused on what the man looks like or whatnot, I even think I said that there are many different types of men looking for different things. Like if she went to in these tech spaces where some of these guys are awkward or whatnot, I did say she could get it. What that guy looks like, what he is like, whatever. Put your standards out there, wait long enough, date long enough, you can get it, right? That wasn't the point of what it is that I was saying. Let's go back to the thing, because I actually did respond back to this woman's comment, right? And this was my response to her. Oh my God, somebody is saying we're now age shaming, weight shaming, color shaming in this society. Very sick. The physical isn't enough to keep a man or a woman of quality. God, oh my gosh. I feel so sorry for us as a society. I feel sorry for us as a society where people have become so sensitive. Now, I don't know what people are saying in the comments because I'm not looking at the comments. I'm looking at the screen and doing the video. But we've gotten to the point where if you say anything, it's turned into body shaming, age shaming, this shaming, that shaming. And I feel like, okay, I don't know where it is that we're going, but we're swinging very far to the left. And things are going to have to balance out, right? So anyway, so I said back to her saying she doesn't eat at chain restaurants. So if you remember the woman from the video that we reacted to, right? Let me just go to my I'm bored with this video already, but we're already in it. Let me get to my videos. All right. So the video of this woman, oh gosh. This is the woman, where is she? Receipts, Cheesecake Factory date is a skit. All right, let's see the original video we did of this Cheesecake Factory boondoggle. First date refuses to get out of the car. Here's the video, right?
I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I like my eye makeup that night.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
So,
oh, okay.
Okay. So,
yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
So you expect a man to go all out on the first date. Is that right?
I mean, you're supposed to. When you take out a beautiful woman and you're courting her, because I get courted. So you're courting her, right? You're supposed to take care of her. You're supposed to cover her. You're supposed to protect her, cherish her, treat her well, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting annoyed. I sure was that night. So basically, this is the woman, this is how she was behaving, right? She was saying she's too good for the Cheesecake Factory. Let's go back to the thing, because I just want to get my damn point out so we can move on. I said, her saying she doesn't eat at chain restaurants is most likely a lie in capital letters. If that obese woman said she was quote unquote too good for chain restaurants, I would have called that a lie too. Not sure why people are trying to contort my words into saying I don't think she's pretty enough or deserving of whatever. She's lying about her standards for food, apparently, as this is a skit. And I'm hearing she made trolling videos about going to the Cheesecake Factory after this, right? My issue with this woman and the way it is that she behaved in the car is not, so let's get down to the meat of it. Let's get to the meat of it, right? My issue with her is not her having a quote unquote standard. My issue with her is the lie. The lie for why it is that she's saying that, or the supposed lie, right? The incongruency, the inconsistency of this quote unquote standard. If that woman who was laying in the bed with the bonnet on, if she was like, oh no, I'm too good for chain restaurants, I'd have to look at her sideways. I was already looking at her sideways with her list, but hey, her list is her list. Let her have her list. There's a few different things, right? Now, number one, the woman who was laying in the bed with the bonnet, the obese woman, right, who said that this was her standard, right? She listed her standard. She wasn't rude to anybody. She wasn't cruel. She didn't try to embarrass anyone. She didn't try to denigrate anyone. She didn't try to talk down to anyone. And she never tried to insinuate as if there was a personal standard that she had, which was in complete opposition to what it is that we're seeing. The woman inside that bed cannot claim that she does not eat sugars. She cannot. She cannot claim as if there are certain foods that she doesn't eat. She can't claim as if she's too good for a certain something. That is my point. I don't feel that this woman in the car is not pretty enough, or that she's too big to be deserving. There's an inconsistency with her words versus her presentation and her behavior. Her behavior alone was appalling enough for her to be for her to have a red carpet rolled out for her based on her behavior alone. Now, are there men out there who will cater to a woman who is abusive in the ways that she was psychologically abusive to this man? Yes, but these are men who don't love themselves. Any person who was willing to put up with the behavior that she exhibited in that car and cater to her and deflect to her is a person who obviously has some sort of masochistic fetish. Will she be able to find that? Yes. Do I recommend for you to behave that way, expecting to be in a healthy relationship? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That type of behavior is not going to bring forth a healthy relationship. What about what it is that I'm saying is incorrect? When did I stutter? When did I call her fat? Eating Burger King does not mean that you're fat. Me personally, I can't sit up here and say that I don't eat bread. I can't say that I don't eat cake. I do. I eat ice cream. I eat sugars. I do. And then there were other people who were saying, let me bring up some of these other comments that I feel need expounding upon. You know what? Let me come back to this comment here. Here. Let's bring this up, right? This woman says, Tonya, you need to be honest yourself. You were body shaming that woman and then tried to clean it up and deflect. You have some ways about instead of gaslighting us, that's not what you were doing. Be honest and detabid in it and apologize if need be. Come get this apology then. Come. You want, listen, come. Oh my God, I already told you where the apology is. Now, in terms of body shaming, what is it that we consider to be body shaming? I wrote back, yeah, I'm healthy living shaming. I don't think she's fat, and you can't find any videos of me referring to people as such. You don't see me calling people fat. Fat is a macronutrient. A person is not a person is not fat. You don't see me saying that. That's not in my verbiage, in my repertoire. Body shaming, I'm talking about a standard of what it is that we have dedicated to ourselves in terms of health, in terms of the standard that we are claiming. If you are going to be there saying that you don't eat at chain restaurants, let's be for real. Why is it that you don't eat at chain restaurants? What is the reason that you don't eat at chain restaurants? What? I can guarantee you that woman in that video, why is it that we are acting as if we don't know what healthfulness looks like, full healthfulness? There are different degrees and varied degrees of health. And there's another comment that came in that I want you all to see, right? Here. This person says, let me read it from here because it's too small on my screen. You know what? Let me try to make it bigger on the screen so that I'm not looking to the side here. Here we go. This person says, I love you, Tonya. But when you had more weight on you, did you feel like you didn't have self-care? I understand the importance of being active, so I appreciate your message about physically active. However, in my opinion, it's borderline fat shaming. And I said, there were ways in which I wasn't caring for myself, which I didn't realize I wasn't, as well as some hard truths I was in denial about in regards to the level of care it takes to get and maintain health. Somebody's saying, I see obese people in relationships all the time. That isn't a shame to me. People are overweight and obese medically. Okay, listen. Obese people get in relationships all the time. Fat people get in everybody is in a relationship. 60% of the United States is obese. And I can understand why there are people bucking against my comment, because there are many of us who do not want to look at ourselves and our habits, especially Black people and the culture that we have designed around low expectations, mediocrity, and lack of effort. Let me say that again. Low expectation, mediocrity, and lack of effort, especially when it comes to health. We feel as if we are owed health, no matter what in the hell it is that we do. We don't feel that health is earned. We feel that it's something that should just be given to us, because when we're young, we're born into health. And we think that no matter how many cookies, cakes, pies, oils, pancakes, butters, no matter how many gravies we suck down through a straw or gulp down right through a ladle, it doesn't matter how late at night we eat, it doesn't matter how little physical activity we do, it doesn't matter how we don't stretch, it doesn't matter how we don't drink water and we're guzzling down high fructose corn syrup. We want to act like none of this matters and that we should just be given health just because. Good health needs to be earned. People say that I'm not humble. It takes humility. It takes humility to look at yourself and say, you know what? I can do better. It takes humility to stay physically fit, because you have to be able to realize that there's an issue and that you need to do something about the issue. It takes humility to be like, you know what? It is 10 p.m. It is 11 p.m. I am not going to go out to eat at 11. I'm not going to have dessert at midnight. It takes humility to realize your limitations as a human being. It takes humility to stay physically fit. It takes humility to stay healthy. It takes a certain amount of being humble for you to be like, you know what? I am going to sweat. It takes humility to sweat, to get your heart rate up, and be damned what you look like jumping around. It takes humility to say, you know what? I am going to work out. I'm going to make my health a priority. That takes humility. People are asking me to be humble online, to apologize to people online about some statements I am not apologetic about. How much more clear can I be? I am not apologetic. And if that means that you go to another channel, this channel wasn't for you. I am not afraid for people to leave me. You have to remember when you look at me who it is that you're looking at. Let me just explain something to you. My mother is ash. I looked at the corpse that they had in that coffin that they said was my mother. I looked at that plasticky looking, dark, plasticky looking skin. And when I went to touch her arm, I felt that hard, hollow, whatever that was. When I looked at that I don't want to say thing, but when I looked at that corpse in the coffin, I knew that that was not my mother. My mother had gone already. She was gone. Let me explain to you, when you look at me, you look at a woman who, when I was a teenager, I looked at my mother, the portal into which this life I came through, inside of a coffin devoid of life, whose body felt like paper mache, whose spirit had gone on to heaven. When you look at me, you look at a person whose mother is dead. I have no fear of anybody on this earth leaving me. None. So when you tell me that my channel is not right for you, baby, bless you. Go find the channel that is right for you. Because let me tell you, I am a life coach. I know that as we sit here today, many of us here who are watching this video have fears of people leaving them. You don't want people to have discord with you. You don't want people to disagree with you. You don't want people to walk out on you. You don't want people to leave you. And so you say things to me as if, God, as if you and I have the same point of view. We do not. I do not care if you leave. If this is not the right place for you, go. If I am taking more from you than I am giving, if you are not getting the lessons that you need on this channel for you to help yourself become a better person, if this is not the right place for you, then baby, go find the right place for you. Please, please, I am not afraid for you to leave. Listen, there are people who will come to me and they will say, oh, Tonya. They will say, oh, Tonya, your videos don't get 500,000 views. That's why other people get more views than you. Baby, that is fine. That's fine. The people who my videos are right for, they are right for. I know that the work that I am doing here is life-changing for some people. But if you don't resonate with my message because I am not humble enough for you, that is fine. If I am too haughty for you, that is fine. I know that I have a very unique personality. I know that I have a strong personality. I know that I am forceful. I know this, and I am okay with myself. I have a team of trained professionals whom I work with weekly to make sure that I am doing the internal work. I go to group therapy once a week. I have a personal therapist once a week. And I had a life coach that I worked with for months who got my ass whipped into shape to get these lipsticks ready. I have people who I trust in my corner to guide me. I don't need to be guided by nameless, faceless people on the internet. Hear me. Please hear what it is that I am saying. And I need for more of you to realize that these people on the internet are not your friends. They're not, you don't know these people. Stop taking, listen, I'm going to come back later today after I work out and bleach my hair, and I'm going to show you a video of people, real life people, who are taking their lives because of what people online are saying to them. People that they don't know, whom they have never seen, and they are taking their life because of it. Listen, I love myself, and if there's anything that you can gain and gather from my channel, it is about being firmly rooted in who it is that you are. Taking counsel from trusted sources. Holding yourself accountable, not feeling shame and beating down on yourself, but realizing when you've made a mistake and deciding to alter your behavior as a result of it. These are the things that you can see in living color on my channel. I do not claim to be perfect. There's no vlogger out here who is. We all have our issues. Some people's issues are more congruous with yours. And if my issues are not congruous with yours, that is fine, right? Somebody saying, why are others' opinions so upsetting? Listen, we have a lot of people, especially, listen, internet been around for how long internet been around? 25 years now, if not more. We have people who are now being raised in a time where they did not know a world before internet, and they're putting a lot of weight on the words of people online. If that is for you, do go ahead and do it. And I'm going to tell you, not only are these people online not your friends, these vloggers are not your friends either. You don't know these people and what it is that people are doing once they're off camera. You don't know. You don't know what's real, what's not real. Let me tell you, everybody's relationships got problems in it. Some people's partners are hitting them. Some people are hitting their partners. Some people's partners are calling them out their name. Some people's partners don't come home at night. Some people's partners are in the home and sleeping in another room. Some people's it's like, come on. Nonetheless, let's get back to what it is that we were saying. I see some apples coming in. Carmelita, I'm going to read your comment. I see it says, your strength gives me, and then it goes on from there. And we'll read it. Let us jump back to this right here, right? And I'm like, I didn't call her fat. Those are your words. And then Nicole, who's a longtime viewer on my channel, came back and said she was body shaming, but it's the deflecting and not taking ownership that got me also getting defensive and gaslighting, that we didn't hear what we thought we heard. Maybe we all have a different interpretation of what body shaming is. I don't recall shaming her for having the body that she has. I remember calling out the inconsistency, the incongruence. If you're going to be about it, be all the way about it. If you're going to say you don't eat at chain restaurants, let's let that be apparent from your presentation. You know what? I want to go back to this comment right here, right? Do fat people get wined and dined? Can they say that they too want a high caliber partner, even if their appearance is common or even sloppy? Let's focus in on that. What is it that we are expecting out there? You want a high caliber partner and your presentation is sloppy? For how long? Let me tell you something. Listen, the sloppiness is what's outside. What is it that's going on inside that has you walking around with sloppy presentation? You want a high caliber man, but you want that high caliber person to get a sloppy person? I don't understand. You know, sloppy can mean very different things. You talking about a sloppy body or sloppily dressed? When I think of sloppy, I think of slovenly. I'm thinking of things hanging out all over the place with dirty sweats on, with shit stains in the back or sweat stains in the crotch that are discolored and linty and dirty. That's what I think of when I think of sloppy. When I think of sloppy, I think of just dilapidated, unkept, unclean presentation. That's what I think of when I think of sloppy. Everybody thinks of something different when they hear the word sloppy. But you're writing to me asking about whether or not you could go around looking sloppy and get a high caliber person. You're going to get a person whose sloppiness is good enough for them, that they are all right with sloppiness. Sloppiness comes from the inside. When I think of sloppiness, I think of slop. So you want to go around looking like slop. When I think of slop, I think of the slop my grandmother used to throw out to the pigs. We used to have a whole bunch of funky, dirty, I recognize it now as, what do you call that stuff? Compost, the vegetable, food waste compost, right? I recognize it, so it was food waste. But my grandmother would just pile up all the hard grits that was at the bottom, the watermelon rind, the chicken bones, all of this, and it used to smell real bad. And she used to take this slop and throw it out to the pigs. When I think of slop, I think of something funky, dirty, unkept, falling out all over the place, not looking right. And it's like, are we willing? Listen, it takes a tremendous amount of humility to look at ourselves and say, you know what, I'm going to do things differently. It takes humility because there are times late at night when I want to eat. And I remember when I used to be in my 20s and I used to be like, oh, who cares? It's late. Let's go out to eat. I don't care. Let's go. It's late, but so what? And people be like, so what, girl? Yum. And I remember the lack of the state of mind that I had to get into to be like, I don't care. I remember when I was a teen, because it started in the teen years with eating these McDonald's and the Oreos and these fattening non-food calorically dense foods, right? It started then. But we got that high metabolism when we're 15 and we're 18 and then we're 20 and we're 25 and then it starts to slow down and then we're 30 and then the next thing you know, we look up and we got arthritic knees, we got inflammation in our joints, we can't bend, it's difficult sitting, we can't walk without getting out of breath, and we're still sitting up there talking about, so what, it's 11, I'm gonna eat. I gotta eat. It takes humility to be like, you know what? I realize that it's in the best interest of my health to not eat this tonight. I know that it's in the best interest of my health to not eat this right now. I know it's in the best interest of my health to pick up a fruit instead of this, whatever it is that I'm picking up. So it's like, yes, I have humility. So there's a few other things that I want to focus on, right? Here. This person wrote to me because I put up a post the other day. And as a matter of fact, I'll read the post because there are people who are upset about my post and I don't get it. It's like people just want to be upset about anything. I'll read the post for you all. And if there's somebody who has questions, you can ask me questions and I'll add context to it. All right. So here. So I wrote, oh, it's a long post. I'll try to read this quickly. I'll try to read it quickly for you all. Last night I screamed at a caller who didn't deserve to be screamed at. And at the end of the broadcast, I discussed my self-love lessons in recognizing my triggers of when I'm irritated, annoyed, tired, and losing my ability to remain professional. There are things I need to do to work on myself to be the highest vibration version of myself. I'm doing the internal work weekly, diving deep and learning tools to better myself. I ask you to have the courage to invest in yourself and do your work. My triggers aren't your triggers. My baggage isn't your baggage. And improvements I make won't improve you and your interactions. Stop analyzing what others can do better. It takes a lot more courage to do the internal work to analyze yourself and your unique work. I meant to say, and analyze yourself and do your unique work. Self-healing is painful, messy, and requiring great effort and diligence. You're wasting your time trying to tell me about myself, especially when I've acknowledged my falter. And since you're not a trusted source, I am not open to your quote unquote correction. Invest your time in analyzing and correcting yourself because none of us are perfect and you're distracting yourself from your own internal work. Be brave and look at you, not me. I got this over here. And I have a team of trained professionals whom I work with to better myself. And I realize I need ongoing work, which I am working on. So please don't try to dogpile me, multiple people jumping on me. Instead, use this as an opportunity to have the bravery to see where in your life you can do better. See y'all on the next video, TKO. And I wrote this in response to a woman who wrote a comment that says, was that necessary to jump out of character, question mark, question mark? That person had an opinion just like you, and they never once raised their voice or got out of character. Okay, and? Was it necessary to jump out of character? No, but people jump out of character or fall out of character for a reason. People don't get out of character. How do I put this? People fall out of character or jump out of character because something is going wrong. Something is happening. People snap. I wrote this back to her. You're wasting your time trying to analyze me rather than investing your time in trying to figure out what you can do better. And I came back and said, anyone here would be lying to say that you've never been irritated, tired, annoyed, and screamed at your kids whom you love and birthed, or had road rage when it was dangerous to do so, or was rude with customer service agent who didn't deserve it. But then all of a sudden, you people fake being perfect on the internet, trying to analyze what others can do better, instead of being brave and real enough to analyze and correct yourself, right? And there were a lot of people who commented on this post. There's supposed to be another picture in this. Where's the picture? Oh, here it is. And it says, learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and oh God, let me say this again. Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attended to with diligence. Abigail Adams, right? And it's like that quote resonated with me because it's like creating change takes diligence and it takes ardor, right? So nonetheless, so there's a lot of people writing a lot of different things to me and people writing back and forth. And I haven't seen all of the comments because I'm busy. Listen. Who here has not screamed at their children out of character? I want to see if you've ever screamed at your children whom you love and created and you knew that you were wrong. However, you were irritated, overwhelmed, or whatever the case may be. If you've ever screamed at your children before, when you knew that that maybe you could have done things a different way, I want you to put up a 1. Let's see. Let's go ahead and take a survey. Let's take a survey while we're here live. One of the advantages of being live is being able to have live interactions. If you've ever screamed at your child before, your child whom you love, and you knew that you could have done things a different way, and maybe even as you were screaming or afterward, you realized, you know what, I could have done things a different way, right? Put up the number 1. If you have children and you have never screamed out of character or hollered at your children, yelled at them, put up a 0. Let's see who are the ones who are perfect in here. Okay, so people are putting up a 1. Okay. Oh, wow. Shawana is saying it happens often, sadly. My heart goes out to you. Do some internal work. Continue to do the work, right? All right. All right. So, if there is a person here who has never lost their temper, screamed at a customer service rep. Well, let's say this. If you have ever screamed at a customer service rep who didn't deserve it, hollered at somebody who didn't deserve to be hollered at, if you have had should we add the road rage in there? I'll do road rage separately. Let's just do raised your voice at someone or hollered at someone that didn't deserve to be hollered at. Customer service, somebody that you didn't know, somebody that you're not going to interact with again. If you have done that, put up a number 2. Let's see. And let's see. One person yells at her dogs and feels bad, and that's the thing. So put up a 2 for customer service rep or somebody you're interacting with that you won't interact with again. Put up a 2 because I want to differentiate the poll. Two. Put up a 2. These are the 2s we're putting up. Okay. Oh, goodness. Tam is saying I work in IT and get yelled at all the time. Okay, so we have 2. All right. Okay. Well, oh, Lord. Rakaya is unapologetic. Okay. All right. So, here. All right, let's do road rage now. If you have ever had road rage when it was inappropriate or dangerous to do so, or just had road rage, period, I want you to put up a 3 if you have ever had road rage. Let's put up a 3. If you have, let's see who has ever had road rage in here. Road rage isn't my thing, but every once in a while, you know, like I had a friend who used to have road rage, like bad. Road rage is not my thing. You know, when I'm driving, I'm in a relaxed state. Sometimes I'll cuss and honk, but I don't I've had road rage maybe once or twice in my life, like road rage. Okay, so we have 3. I have only screamed at the people I love. Tonya, oh my goodness, we're gonna need to talk about that. Wow, we got a lot. Oh, be will, Lord have mercy. Oh my Lord. Oh, every day, LA, every day. I don't know what's going on. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Oh my, I don't even know what to say right now. Star is causing people to have road rage. Oh my gracious. People are crazy here in Texas, and I heard there's a lot of guns out in Texas, so you do need to be careful with your surroundings. My road rage is fast driving. Gracious goodness, please be careful on these roads. Okay, so there we have that. So then why is it that a person would write a sentiment to me like this? Oh, hold on. Oh, it's not over here. It's on here. Where was that thing where I wrote, was it necessary? Where did I write that? Where was that? I don't see the doggone thing. Well, wherever it was, the woman who was like, was it necessary for you to get out of character? No, it's never necessary. Well, sometimes it is necessary to get out of character sometimes, but more often than not, it's not necessary to get out of character. Getting out of character is something that happens when we are out of character. And these things happen. However, for all of the people out there who are talking about you holler at the people that you love, you screaming at your kids often, you got this road rage and all this other stuff. I want to know, what is it that you are doing? Go ahead and like the video. We're going to have to get up for a movement break in a moment. What is it that you're doing to work on your issues? It's not good enough to just be like, oh, I'm just constantly getting out of character. What are you doing that is in active pursuit of managing your emotions, in active pursuit of creating the change? Because people seem to be hell-bent on trying to get me to give an apology when I am not sorry. I'm not. It happened. And rather than feeling sorry, I can take ownership of what took place and pledge. Pledge is not the right word that I was looking for, but it's something along the lines of pledge. But I can pledge to be diligent with creating the internal change so that happens less and less until it doesn't happen at all, especially when it's undeserved and unwarranted. I can say to that young lady on the phone, she didn't deserve to be screamed at. She didn't deserve to be screamed at. She didn't deserve that. It happened. And what I can do is continue to work to create a shift inside myself so that I am operating from the highest vibration. And I urge each and every one of you out there to get a therapist, to look into group therapy for anger management, because they do have anger management courses out there. Don't wait for a judge to or give you mandatory anger management classes. Go look for them because they have them. If you have issues managing your anger, they can give you tools. There's cognitive behavioral therapy. There is, what is it, DBT? DBT, I believe, is the other one, right? And you can get tools to be able to help you create shifts, to recognize triggers, to figure out how to know when an outburst is coming so that you can be able to avert it, right? Listen, when we come back, I'm gonna read a comment to you that irritated me to a great degree this morning. And I'm befuddled because these people, listen, this person is deluded and they want me to be deluded and toxic like them. Listen, what I want is for us to, we're having a movement break right now. So I need each and every one of you to get up out your seat. Get out your seat and move. This is a movement break. Hey, now look at that winery. Oh, look, let me keep still. Let me, oh, look at that winery. Hey, all right, listen. I want each and every one of us to get out of our seat and move. No matter if you're at work, get up and go to the bathroom. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Get up and move. Do the Charleston or the Kid and Play as they called it in the 80s. You can stretch down to your toes. You can lift up the back leg and stretch. You can get into your yoga poses. You can ohm yourself. You can do whatever it is that you need to do. We're going to be back in 3 minutes. So there's going to be some codes on the screen. If you want to contribute to the broadcast, It'll be on the screen. There's QR codes. All you gotta do is scan it, and I'll see. And when we come back, I'm gonna read the Cash Apple so you can send that through right now. I'll see you in 2 and 2. Goodness. I was back here jamming. Oh my goodness, I was jamming. All right. Woo. Man. Let me tell you. Oh my goodness, I was jamming. All right. So, whoo. Man, I was back here jamming. Okay, so let's read the apples that have come in. Whew. All right. So Zizi Zoo sent $20 and says, "Get you some lunch, Soju Bean." Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. You know what? I wonder what I'm going to get for lunch. You know what? Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me see, what can I get with $20 around here? I might go get me a nice big green juice, and then that'll be about $10, and then I'll spend the other 10 on, what can I get for $10 around here? I wonder where I can get a salad for $10, like a nice salad. All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I wish they had like grain bowls and stuff around here. I appreciate that. And Carmelita sends $1 and says, "Your strength gives me strength." Thank you. Well, thank you, Carmelita. I appreciate that. That name is so pretty. It sounds so Jamaican, though. Carmelita. There we go. All right. So there was a comment that I wanted to read for you all that really just here. Oh, goodness. All right. This is the comment that the person wrote on my on that post. This is a comment that I wrote. Okay, what's the matter with Body Built by Burger King? What's the matter with that? I don't understand. What's the matter with that? What's a Burger King body? I guess we all have a different idea of what a Burger King body is. To me, a Burger King body is a body that looks reminiscent of eating fast food. So the type of what do you call that? The type of water weight that we have from eating breads and stuff like that. So I don't really know what the issue is with that. So this person says there is an internal flaw in a person who can constantly give criticism but cannot take it. Critical feedback is the hardest pill to swallow because you have to receive details about the things about you that aren't so great. If you are truly evolved and grounded enough to be doing this body of work, saying sorry or receiving feedback about your actions made people feel shouldn't be such an issue. Number one, I don't make people feel anything. People have a choice of what it is that they choose to feel, and what people feel is based on their internal programming, their DNA, their experiences, their history, etc. I don't make people feel anything. So this is what I wrote back to her. I said, babe, I take criticism from trusted sources, not nameless, faceless people on the internet. There is a fatal flaw in those who seek validation and guidance from random, unvetted, untrusted, anonymous people online. Are you serious right now? If that is what you choose for your life, good luck. I do not. As stated clearly in this, I have a team of trained, qualified, trusted people. I want to know what portion of the post that I put up, right, where I talk about doing the internal work, meeting. This is the post right here. What portion of this says that I do not take criticism? What portion of this makes people feel that I don't have friends, family, loved ones in my life who can tell me about me? Someone on the internet with an orange up as their avatar, or some anime character, or a picture of a pie-faced person? No, that person can't give me life advice. No, I don't know you. Even if you have up a picture of a human being, who are you? What is your qualification to guide me? What is the criteria by which I can trust you? Don't try to, this is a false equivalence. I am here on my channel and I have been creating content for 15 years. If there are people who come to my channel seeking guidance, they come to, or even coming here to hear the critical thoughts, they are coming here because I have a track record. They can see my face. They hear me speaking with them on a regular basis. We have grown, lived, laughed together. However, a random person commenting, no, I don't know you. No, I have people that I trust in my life. I have an inner circle, right? So yes, I am evolved, if that's the word that you want to use, past a certain point. And the point that I'm evolved past is looking for validation from nameless, faceless people online, looking for validation from people whom I don't know, looking for acceptance from people who are unvetted. Nicole is asking why she's in timeout. I don't know. Admin, did you put somebody in timeout? I don't know. I'm not timing out people. So, nonetheless, I'm going to get out of here. Before I get out of here, I wanted to read. There was one comment that had gotten a lot of responses, and I wanted to read some of those because I haven't had a chance to read them. I don't think I'll be able to read from there. Edward is saying nameless, faceless people, shaking my head. Yeah, Edward, I don't know you. Who are you, Edward? I want to know who are you? Honestly, seriously, like who are you? I don't know you. And I advise you all to stop taking advice from people online whom you don't know. That to me just doesn't make sense. If that makes sense to you, by all means, do it how you want to do it. It don't make sense to me, and I choose not to behave that way. So where's my thing? Why is this not? Why is it not connected? That's weird. It's here, but it's not on the screen. It's probably too big. Here. Let me make this back to where it was before so that I can get my screen back. I used to have an avatar that embodies, okay, you can have any type of avatar you want. That doesn't mean that I'm going to take life advice from you because your avatar embodies something. I'm not doing that. But people are free to do that if they choose. I'm not doing it, but more power to you. More power to you. More power to you. I'm not doing it personally. Okay, so here. So this is the post that I put up, and let's see. So these are the comments. There was one comment that had like 22 replies, and I was like, oh, I need to come back and read that, but I don't know where it's at now. Oh, here it is. Oh, this person right here. This person says, girl, Tonya, this one ain't it, baby. You're going to turn your followers off, right? And so these are the comments that came in. Let me just skim through these real quick. So I say, anyone who is turned off, then this isn't the place for them, and that's okay. There are many platforms out there. And from what I've seen of Black women who far too many are quote unquote turned on by, I'm not concerned. Those who are for what we do here are for it. Those who aren't, I wish you well on your journey. And Maria saying sorry is healing for the other person. I'm just saying it to seems like pride is getting in the way. If there is a person who is dependent on your sorry for them to find healing, that is really an excuse for you to not find your healing. It's an excuse. People have to find a way to move on without sorry. Unfortunately, this is what I have learned in life, that most of those sorries that you think that you're going to get just aren't going to come. And for a person to give a vacant sorry just merely for your benefit And then also, let me tell you something. If there are some people who are watching my videos and a comment that I made in a video, people are demanding, because people want me to say sorry for saying that that girl had a body by, looked like her. Well, when she said that she doesn't eat fast food, and I said, meanwhile, body by Burger King, as a joke in that moment, people want me to apologize about that. And if they're looking for healing from that, they're not going to find that over here. They're not going to find that over here. You're not going to find it. And so somebody says, did you see the call? I'm not turned off, but I am curious. One person says, she don't care, not about her followers. Let me pull this down a little bit. This is funny. This person says, hold on. This person says, she don't care, not about her followers, constructive criticism, being held accountable, nor professionalism. She is one of those people you just step away from. You don't explain nothing. Just walk away. You know what? And I probably am one of those people you just walk away from, because you explaining what, it depends on the nature of our relationship. Because I probably, you talk about, talking about, she don't care. She don't care. Not about her followers, constructive criticism, being held accountable, nor professionalism. She is one of those people you just step away from. You don't explain nothing. Just walk away. I don't know why I found that funny. That person was really in deep thought over that. Then this person says, sometimes people need to step back, talk to their mental health professionals, and take a break from the public. Well, why don't you go do that then? Go take a step back and go talk to your mental health professional. People try to use mental health professions or professionals and having therapy as some sort of insult. Why don't you step away? Go step away. Then Miss Dara comes in and says, what's not it exactly? She literally took accountability here. You MFs are weird. And then Dayum says, oh, it takes one to know one. MF weirdo, mother effing weirdo. Oh my God, these people, you see how they act. So it's like you trying to instruct and coach me, and look at how you acting. You calling people a mother effing weirdo. Oh my goodness. And then Miss Dara says mad and weird. You all are making me. Oh God, you all are making snot fly out my nose. Let me take here. Here. Let's continue. These are good. Then True says she took responsibility, not accountability. She used her comment as a way to shame others. So I wrote a whole post about telling people to look at their internal. So you can read the post. It's on the community tab. So they're saying I took responsibility, not accountability. Let's look up the definition. So maybe let's look and see what's the difference. Okay, responsibility versus accountability. Let's see what the difference is. So that. All right. So here, oh, I'm all in front of my captions. Where's my little, why can't I grab myself? There we go. All right. So let's see. Responsibility is task-oriented. Every person on a team may be responsible for a given task that is required to complete a massive project. Accountability is what happens after a situation has occurred. It's how you respond and take ownership over the results. Okay, so responsibility is task-oriented. So this person doesn't even know what they're talking about. Can you be accountable but not responsible? To answer your question, yes. A person can be accountable and not responsible. For example, an intern might be responsible for a task. However, the intern's manager will be held accountable in case any issues arise. Download a free sample, blah, blah, blah. Here's culture partners, accountability versus responsibility. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Accountable, subject to the obligation to report, explain, or justify something. Responsible means answerable. Answerable or accountable as for, what the heck? What are we talking about? Let me come back out of this page. All this word salad. English language usage. Difference between responsibility and accountability. When I do research, I like to look at different sources so I can have a greater sense. I've looked them up in many dictionaries. It seems the two words have the same meaning. So let's see. A similar question has been proposed. All right. If you're accountable for something, you are in a position that requires you to report or answer to someone for your actions and decisions. If you are responsible for something, you may be the one to whom things are reported. I think with accountability, there is someone or some agency overseeing your actions, someone to whom you report. With responsibility, you are the one in charge. The buck stops here. So if this person is saying that I took responsibility and not accountability, I don't think they know what they're talking about. Let's continue. She took responsibility, not accountability. I actually took accountability and responsibility. I am accountable and responsible. So here, the issue wasn't this post, which I agreed with you, up until you ended it with the same condescending, narcissistic message of the "don't come for me, fix yourself" genre. You haven't learned anything or even healed from this interaction. You mean the one that happened a few hours before? You haven't learned anything or even healed from this interaction, which is sad for someone with a business, brand, and platform. Do better and mature. This is frozen strawberries floating in water. If you add some apple cider vinegar and a little sweetener, if you choose, to this, it's amazing. All right. So somebody's putting target. So that means that people are resonating with what it is that she's saying. And I'll say this to that. The interaction happened the night before. It requires reflection. And I stated that while I am reflecting on it and working on ways to do better, I encourage you all to not focus on me, but focus on yourself. What do I need to do better than that? What do I need to do better than? Please. The same reason why I had to unfollow Funky Deneva. You think you don't have to show humility? You think you can talk to Black women any old kind of way? You ain't the only content creator out here, and y'all all posting the same shit anyways. Painting nails. Listen. If you think that what it is that I'm doing on my channel is the same shit as anybody else's channel, go find the shit somewhere else. It's as simple as that. If you don't think that each human being is unique and their perspective is unique and you're not gaining from my platform, go wherever it is that you choose. Because if you are minimizing people into having the same shit anyway, then go. If you can't tell one person from another, then don't choose me if you can't tell me the difference between me and someone else. Y'all think people are supposed to kiss your ass and you're blown when they don't. That's it, and that's all. That's all, folks. And then here, Truth Devil comes and says, people who watch, like, and share their content, comment under their posts, and give them engagement, and especially those that donate money to support these channels, absolutely have the right to voice their opinions. The fuck wrong with you? Yeah, anybody can express their opinion if they choose. Express it. I'm just telling you, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time trying to life coach me from the comments. I'm good. I have a life coach. So go do what you need to do for you. Because when we did the survey and we talked about people who had screamed at their children, screamed at customer service, or had road rage, almost everybody in here put up something. Those who didn't probably stepped away from the computer, because we all fall short. At some point, we all fall short. But what do we do about it? Some of you just want placation. You just want to be placated with false apologies so that you could think that you finding some healing by hearing that a person is sorry to you. Let's continue. Somebody says exactly. Somebody else says, I'm not even going to argue because I can't tell you what to do on your platform. All the best. Bless you, your message, and your channel. Thank you. Thank you and goodbye. Go do your thing. Go find where you go find your tribe. Go let your vibe attract your tribe. Go find your tribe. If it's not here, go find where it is. I've been peeped at. I've been unfollowed. Not sure why White Tea keeps recommending, but I found this post interesting. What I thought was an apology became an excuse and deflection fest. That is all. Look, where did I deflect? Where were the excuses? I said I recognized there was a problem and I'm working on it. Where's the excuses? Where's the deflection? I guess some people are weird. Someone says, couldn't have said it better. And Dayam is saying, get that ass. So they're talking about the person who had said that Ms. Dara was a motherfucking weirdo. This person who was trying to life coach from the comments is like, get that ass. This is why I'm not taking life coaching advice from you. Go fix yourself. My channel is about investing in yourself. Taking the time to figure out what are your self-love lessons for you. It's as simple as that. Does anybody have any questions? I'll open up the phone lines too. Why not? Here, I'll take a few moments to open up the phone lines. People think because they send $1 or $2 through on a Cash App or something, and I can guarantee you not one of them motherfuckers ever gave anything. I can guarantee you. And if any of you that are commenting on that post ever had, let me know. Let me cross-reference. But it has to have already been before I gave the call to action. I bet you none of them ever had. Did nobody say, Tonya, I gave you $1. Look at how you do. Okay. All right. Phone lines are open. Let me hear. If you have some questions or you feel that you need something to be addressed here live and in the moment, now is your opportunity. Take the opportunity that girl took that night when she got. Let me be quiet and just allow you to call in. Just go ahead. Call in. Call in. Let me give you the opportunity. Go ahead. Phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. Go ahead. Let me clarify anything for you that you need clarification on. Where's the phone that's not ringing? Belle says these are the people who are upset for supposed shaming because they have work to do. You know what? Look, you go ahead. The phone lines are open. Why isn't? Oh, I'm getting a call. Wonderful. Wonderful. Here we go. You're on the air live with Tonya TKO. What's your name and where you calling from?
And I'm calling from Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Hi, you said your name was Ann and you're calling from Pennsylvania?
Mika.
I can't hear you. Say it again.
Mika.
Oh, Tamika. Okay, Tamika. So what
No,
is it that...
just Mika. It's just Mika.
Oh, Mika. Okay, so you're on the air live. What is it that you needed further expounding or clarity on?
I don't need any clarity. I agree with everything you said. I feel like these people are too sensitive and it's not giving a voice of reason to the fact that we as a community, as just Black women, We need help. So for them to believe that it's body shaming to say that you look like you eat at fast food chains all the time, that your standards, do you look the part to have those standards? I agree with everything that you stated. There was nothing that you stated that I felt was wrong, and I do not believe we need to apologize for anything.
Thank you. I hear you. I hear you. I like to resist the temptation of echo chamber. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I want you to express your point. I want us to steer clear from people edifying that I am right, because there is a chance that I am wrong. So if you have your point of view, by all means, express your point of view. However, I don't want a bunch of people fanning around me saying I'm right. I don't want that either. You know what I mean? If you have your point of view, express
Yes.
your point of view, telling me that I'm right, because any person could be wrong depending on the circle that they're in. So to some people, I am wrong. So, and there was a person who was upset with me because I was telling her, and I was irritated and cranky that night. And I was like, look, I don't need you to try to defend me. I don't need that. I can defend myself, right? And I wanna steer clear of that. Do you receive what it is that I'm saying, Mika?
Yes, I receive what you're saying.
Okay. What is it that you're hearing me say? Because I want to make sure that you're hearing what it is that I'm intending to express.
That you don't need a yes, ma'am.
Oh,
That
okay.
my opinion should be my own, and I should not latch on to what you're saying.
Okay. And so I want us to
Help.
be very careful with using words like should as well, because should implies that there's a right way to do a thing and that it should be done that way. You can take the time to express how you feel about something. I definitely I like to leave the floor open, that I feel how it is that I feel, and I could be wrong. I may grow one day and change my point of view. So by all means, please pump up your point of view. Pump up yours. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I
Okay.
appreciate you being the first caller, Mika. What you got going on for yourself today?
I have to go and get flea treatment for my cat.
How did your cat get fleas?
I have no idea, and she's a silver Persian, so it's a no-no for that reason.
Does your cat go outside?
No, she's an indoor cat completely.
Has she been frolicking with other cats?
No, but there are a lot of sprays in the area, so I think it came from them.
Cause listen, put some cameras up in your house at night. Cause I've seen cats open doorknobs.
Oh my.
I've seen cats open doorknobs. I've seen a cat go up onto a thing, jump down, open the doorknob, and you never know. These cats are finding ways to get outdoors.
That is so true. That is so true.
So put
Like,
some
no, you
cameras
can
up and take
crazy
a
out there.
look, because you might be surprised, Mika. But no, maybe
I
a flea
will.
did jump into your house. I don't know, but ask your
Oh
cat,
my.
just take a look at just pay attention and see how your cat is moving around the house, because I don't know now, because I've seen cats do it. All right. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Oh, phone lines are open. 323-488-3149. Listen, these animals, they not playing games out here. Someone's calling from an unknown number. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, Tanya. My name is Al. I'm from Jersey.
Hey, Al from Jersey. Talk to us. What is your comment this afternoon?
Yeah, you know what? I just think that people are conflating what you're saying, with body shaming. Identifying that a person's words don't match up with their physical appearance does not necessarily mean that you're body shaming. You're not saying, oh, you're fat, you're sloppy, you're ugly, or, what have you. You're just saying, you're saying one thing and the proof is not showing what you're saying. And I don't see how that is being considered as body shaming.
Mm. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
No problem. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Phone lines are open, 323-488-3149. People are talking about the intelligence of cats. Let me tell you, I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it on a TikTok. The cat jumped up onto a dresser and came down on the thing and opened the door. I've seen babies escape from cribs. I've seen all types of stuff. So Edu is saying, Tonya, if she expresses her true feelings, you may curse her out or block her. That's not true. That's not true. Look, people can express their true feelings. Why don't you call up and express your true feelings? Edu, the phone lines are open. You're on the air live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, my name's Coach Malik. I've been listening to you for a while,
I'm
actually
sorry,
years.
you said your
And
name is Malik. Hold on. What's your name?
Koja Malik. I've been listening.
Okay, where are you calling in from, Koja?
Florida, just the pretty girl state everybody loves to hate.
Oh, Florida, the pretty girl state everybody loves to hate. Okay, Koja, talk to us. What's your comment or needing further expounding while we have us live here today?
I'm just saying, people hold people to Jesus standards. They never expect people to have a bad day, opposite opinion or point of view, because everybody is perfect. Life is full of lessons. We grow, we move, we do whatever. And some days I have a bad day. And customer service people may get it, are the people who everybody get to vent on. So we're not perfect. And what one person's standard of perfection is, if me and you do the same thing, then I can find all kinds of reasons why what you're doing is not wrong. And I'm not saying you in particular, but I think we have impossible standards that we set people up to for perfection. And when they don't deliver that, we feel like we get to judge them, even though we have a lot of things in our own lives that we could judge. And, don't let them people do whatever. If you feel like you have a lesson you need to learn, then that is your growth. And if you don't, you don't. We all grow. We look back on things and, whatever. And so I just want to say, keep doing your channel. I've been listening to you, I want to say probably for 7 or 8 years, and I'm glad to see you're gardening now. And
thank you.
Grow your, I'm not grow you a stevia plant, but stevia is a natural sweetener and it's a plant. So we got to throw that in there with the little strawberries and stuff and have a natural sweetener with no sugar.
Yeah, have you ever grown stevia leaves? Because I heard they're pretty easy to grow. I might try that. I'm going to look for some seeds, now that you said this, because I do use stevia.
2 packs of seeds.
Huh?
I have 2 packs of seeds without order. I've grown it before. I'm in Florida. They be hating on Florida, but we got year-round gardening. I see you in the garden, so you come on down and visit us.
Which part of Florida are you in?
I'm actually in Hendry County, Florida. I have 7.39 acres, and hopefully I will have a mini farm soon when I finish clearing it.
Hold on. Tell me your name again.
Koja Malik.
Koja. So
I remember years ago.
Send me a message on my website. I need to know which part of Florida you're in, because I don't know the area, but I need you to name a major area so I can know whether you're north, south, west, east.
I'm in South, I guess you'll consider Southwest Florida. It's the furthest you can go down now, down south, because Miami, Broward, Key West, and Palm Beach County are pretty expensive and bought up. So this still has rural area with acres and stuff. Fort Myers, you may be familiar with. It's further away from Fort Myers, but if you were to, I guess, travel vertically, that's where it would be east and west as opposed to north and south.
Okay, so you're on the Tampa side, just low by Miami or lower than Miami.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I think Miami.
Okay. How far are you below Tampa?
Tampa, I'm about 3.5 hours because I used to actually live in Riverview, Florida.
Okay, how
And
far
it's
are you
about,
from
if you take 70,
how far are you from Boca Raton?
Boca Raton, that would be to the, I want to say, I guess, to the west, east of me, and that would probably be 1.5 hours,
Really? Okay. Well, you know
one and a
what?
half hours.
If you send me a message, if I'm ever in that area of Florida, if I'm in Boca Raton, because I'm thinking about doing a yoga retreat in Boca Raton. If I'm in that area, I would drive the hour and a half to come see your farm. I would. So just send me a message on my
Yeah.
website because I would definitely do that. What are you growing?
Oh, right now I got soursop, everything I'm starting from seed, but I had soursop, mangoes, sh- sweet sop, ginger, shampoo ginger, turmeric, the one they use for cancer leaves. I got a little bit of everything, but a lot of it is in the small stages. I probably have
You
maybe
got
100 or so
soursop down there,
trees.
girl? Oh, I would
I'm just
definitely
starting it
come.
from seeds,
Really,
seeds, but mine
soursop
aren't
is one of
project.
my favorite fruits. Soursop and star apple, and passion fruit. Those are my three
Oh,
top fruits.
now passion fruit is so easy to grow. Actually, one time I talked with you and you asked me what my therapy was, and I said gardening. And I was actually growing passion fruit at that time, but I'm in a new area from there. And I'm clearing because it's raw land, so I'm in clearing stages. But I am starting a lot of my seeds and stuff from scratch. And I actually have cacao that I want to grow, which is for chocolate. So,
Oh,
and I heard you were
girl.
gardening.
You know
So,
something?
yeah.
We need to create a consortium of black women behind the scenes, like one who's farming, one who's making chocolate or drinks or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I grew I did a most of my garden this year was jalapenos, and I'm going to be giving out honey jalapeno. So honey garlic jalapeno. Oh, the chef kiss. Oh, I was putting this on everything. Eggs, toast. Oh, everything. Honey garlic jalapeno is like ambrosia from the gods. Oh, I've never tasted anything so delicious. And I'm like,
Well,
wouldn't it be nice if we had like a circle of sisters that we were in the food chain together or in the production chain together?
I've been trying to do it for years. Actually, when I first came back from the Tampa area, which is Riverview,
Hmm.
I was in, I was like, hey, girls, come on buy this land while this land cheap. And now some went up a little bit, but you're a rich chick, so you can afford it. And but it still got acres down here. You just have to be careful of making sure you're not in the flood zone and going to a couple of websites. But I tried to get people to come out here. They're like, well, a couple of my neighbors are Trump people, but to be honest, nobody ever bothers me. I've lived down
Yeah.
here, and I own the street. I own a block.
I know that's right. Oh, the block is hot, girl. Listen, I want to get into some hemp farming, girl. If you want to talk, I want to
We
talk. Look.
Yeah. They actually
Hmm.
got some farmlands for sale because they actually do a lot of sugar cane growing, and I'm from an agricultural area, but some of the
Yeah.
farmers are selling some farmlands. It's out of my pay grade because I can't afford it.
How much are
But
they
you
selling
got
farmland
Bitcoin.
for?
I'm gonna shoot you an email if you
Tell me,
I'll shoot
tell
you
me,
an
tell
email if
me
I can
now
find
while
your
there's
email.
people listening because there might be somebody who's interested
Okay, well
too.
you can go to it's different prices. They got some for a meal, some for a little more than that. What I do is I sign up for the area that I want to live in
Yeah.
or where I'm looking at the land for notifications. You can do realtor.com, you can do Zillow, you can narrow it down to what specifically you're looking for,
Really?
and they will pop with
Mm.
things. You could go on their websites and look at what they have,
What is
and then you
the
can
yeah,
sign up
send
for
me send me yeah,
notifications.
send me an email and then what are the lawmakers talking about down there in terms of hemp? Because I need to find a place that's not too
There is
far. Uh-huh.
I think it's legal to farm hemp now. I don't know what the things are, but it is legal to farm it. I don't know if they have some restrictions on who can farm it or not because I haven't looked into it. But it is legal to farm hemp, but I'm not sure who they're allowing to do it and what are the qualifications.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to get into hemp farming because it's sustainable. It is the way of the
And
future.
bamboo.
Mhm.
bamboo farming.
Really?
Somebody told me like bamboo was going for like $25,000 an acre, and bamboo,
What?
from my understanding, is a grass. So I'm guessing I have to do more research that once you cut it, it grow back like grass. I'm not sure. I haven't done the research into it, but YouTube University is amazing.
Wow. The girl, send me a message. Go to TonyaTKO.com, click on contact. Send me a message because I definitely want to network with more farmers. Girl, thank you so much for
All
calling
right,
in. You
I
have a
will.
great day.
All right, you
All right.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
So the topic, somebody. So thank you for writing that because I forgot about we just went off topic. But yes, the topic we were talking about is the video that I made where people felt that I was body shaming that girl by making what I felt a real observation that she to me does not look like she doesn't eat at a chain restaurant. And we know that it was a skit. She most likely does eat at chain restaurants. I don't see how that's body shaming. I don't think she's fat. I do not feel that she looks like she's in shape. I do not feel like she works out. She doesn't look like she works out, but you know, to some people might look at me and feel like I don't look like I work out. You know what I mean? So, who knows? Who knows? To me, she looks like, especially with her behavior and her attitude in that video, it doesn't seem like she has the humility to sweat and get down into allowing herself to get out there and do the damn thing. But that could just be me and my own internal biases. That could just be me. That could just be me. I'm willing to admit that that could just my interpretation. I'm sure, you know, I'm sure everybody sees things differently. Phone line is open, 323-488-3149. I'm going to read the apples in a moment. I haven't played my graphics for the apples in a minute. Here, let's get it done. What is this I hear? All right. Nicole sends 111 and says, why am I in timeout? Oh, I think I answered that already. Cynthia sends $2 and says, plant stevia plants for natural sweetener. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh, that's loud. I need to turn down the applause and turn up the music for the graphic. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That sounds like a good idea. Nicole, I don't know why you were put in timeout. Elle, did you put Nicole in timeout? Let's be easy with the timeouts. Let's be easy with the timeouts. You know, I'm very liberal with my comments. People have a right to disagree. I only want people who are trolling timed out. So, all right. So people who are obvious trolls, like people with anime profiles who are just acting crazy. So we have a keyboard warrior in the comments. Keyboard warrior, you see there's no calls coming in right now. Call in. Call in. Zebra says she posted as her real self that she was on her way to get cheesecake. Send this shit to me. I need to see it. TonyaTKO.com, click on contact. Send it to me, please. Because people are like, oh, why are you going to say that she looks like she got a body by Burger King? That's body shaming. But she was on her way to get cheesecake. Where's the lie in that? I know that I look like I eat flour products because I do. I eat chips too. Especially them kettle chips, sea salt and vinegar. That's the crunch. I do. I do. I do. So if somebody said, Tonya, you look like you eat chips, how am I get mad? I do look like I do. I eat chips. If somebody said, Tonya, look like you eat ice cream, what can I say? I mean, you all know that I had put on some extra pounds because Haagen-Dazs made I don't know how many, it was like a gallon of ice cream that was Haagen-Dazs. I went to the store to get an ice cream. I looked down. They had this big old thing. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna get this big old thing and it's gonna last me months. I can't do that to myself no more. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this big old thing. I was like, I got it under control. This is gonna last me months. And it was some vanilla ice cream too. Within a matter of moments, I was like, oh, you know what I had discovered? What did I discover? I discovered something went so, oh my goodness. So, oh my goodness, what was it? Because I remember it was damn, it was something chocolatey that I was putting in the microwave. So it was hot and melty. And then, so what I was doing is I was getting these frozen strawberries. I was putting them in the microwave with this chocolate thing. And then I was taking that ice cream and putting it right on there. Oh my gosh. This thing hit me in my body in a place that tapped into my pleasure centers. It was strawberry chocolate and that cold, silky Haagen-Dazs ice cream. And I went crazy. That shit, it lasted maybe 2 weeks. Maybe 2 weeks. I mean, because after every meal, I get like because after my meals, I think my insulin drops and I get like a sweet craving. And I had that ice cream and I was scooping out that ice cream. And then, oh my gosh, what was I can't remember what I was eating it with. And then, oh my gosh, vanilla and pound cake. Oh God, pound cake and vanilla ice cream go so good together. And then I just went crazy. And then I put on a little bit of weight. I went to go try on a shirt and that shit was tight. And I said, oh no. I said, this shirt used to be loose. And I said, no. And I had to have the humility enough to realize, listen, and I put that post up on my community tab. I did. I put that post up. I'll show it to you all. Here, this is it right here, right? I put up this post because I gained some weight. This is me, right? I gained some weight and I wrote this post really in humility to life. And I wrote, this past month I fell off and I realized this week that life does not owe me fitness. If I don't work for it, I won't have it. Some people got it naturally, some got it young. I have to work for mine. I got to manually switch this train to a new track, and it requires a tremendous amount of effort. I'm going forward, not going back to where I was. So I'm changing this train right now. Back at my circuit training and working out 5 days a week. Some of you were asking for my stomach. Here it is. Be sure to show yours. Hashtag no filter. Hashtag Fitspo. And I had a bunch of hashtags and I said, this is a lifelong journey. No shortcuts. I can't worry about how other people look or get theirs, how fair or unfair. We're all different and I'm learning that what I need for health gain for me and my unique body type. So this is me. That's my belly right there. And so I'm telling you, when I'm talking to you about humility, right? Over this past week, I had to really get down there in my elbow planks and my jumping jacks and all of this stuff. I've had to do that. I had to realize, look, I can't just sit here and be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna let it just go to shit. I'm just fuck it. I can't sit here and do that. And over this past week, I worked my ass the fuck out. I did. Far too many of us Black people, Black women, and some of us out here who are Black men, we just want to sit up and be like, why can't I be able to eat all the cakes I want without gaining any weight? Some people can. I can't. Maybe you can't either. Everybody's body, metabolism, internal makeup, insulin levels, leptin levels, glucagon, peptide. What was it? Glucagon. What is this? Insulin. What is the rest of these things? So the liver and the pancreas. What does the pancreas make? Anyway, All of our thyroids are different. Our endocrine system is different. We all have different bodies and we all need to do something different. Do you have the humility? People talking about I'm not humble. I'm humble about certain things, other things I'm not. I have been humbled. That ice cream and that shirt humbled me, right? The shirt humbled me. And I realized that I needed to sweat. Actually, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to get down and I'm going to jump on the trampoline. I'm going to jump on the trampoline. I'm going to put on some music and I'm going to jump and I'm going to jump and I'm going to have the humility enough to realize that just because somebody else can do something doesn't mean I can do it. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. If you need clarity on something, so the pancreas makes insulin. What does the liver make? Because all of these systems over here, they work together. And then our brain, I was watching a video the other day with this woman who was 800 pounds and she was like, I eat and I just don't feel full, right? And my heart went out to her because her whole body was all messed up. And I wrote in the comments, I was like, she needs, I think it's because there are different drugs that are out there. Semaglutide and tirzepatide are two of the main ones that I know. I know that tirzepatide has two of the protocols, the GLP-1 and GLP-2. So one sends a signal to secrete like a glucagon-like peptide. The other one empties out your stomach slower so that you feel full longer. A person being 800 pounds, that is not normal. That is not, there's something that has gone out of whack in your systems. And so there are people who could say whatever it is that they want to say about Ozempic, Mounjaro. What are some of the other ones out there? Name some of them, right? And if some of you have gotten yourselves onto a protocol, some of you who don't, I'm not going to judge anybody because everybody's body is different. Some people need insulin injections for the rest of their life. Some people may need that glucagon-like peptide for the rest of their life because their brain is not sending the signal that they're full. So there's a person. So the queen is saying, what does looking like working out mean? Why don't you call in? The phone number is on the screen. The phone number is on the screen. To me, a person who looks like they work out has like I said, they have a demeanor of humility about them that seems like they allow themselves to sweat and do what it is that they need to do to sweat. To me, a person who looks like they work out, they have a certain clarity to their skin. And then you're right, that's a good question because there's different levels of working out. Some people go and they do the bare minimum. To me, like I mentioned yesterday, that it doesn't look like, to me, it doesn't look like she lifts weights. To me, a person who works out, they have a musculoskeletal foundation underneath their fat. So different people look different when they work out. To me, my interpretation of it is, or my opinion of it is that a person who looks like they work out has a musculoskeletal foundation, a muscular foundation under their fat. That's me. That's me. That's what I interpret that as. Everybody else can see something different. From what it is that I saw in the car, she looked very soft in the body. She had an attitude of not wanting to go to chain restaurants. To me, it did not scream, I work out, or I work out hard, or I am dedicated to working out, right? That's to me. To me. And everybody has a right to feel however it is that they feel. I'm giving my perspective, and I could be wrong. Queen Show, if I'm wrong, call me. The phone lines are open. You see, it's smooth sailing, open highway. The phone lines are open. You can call in. But you see, is it that you don't have the integrity to put your voice where your opinions are, or do you just want to be a keyboard warrior just typing from there? And so Valencia is saying posture, their body composition, even if they're still overweight. Exactly. Exactly. And Tiara is saying, how can you see that? She has older photos where she was heavier. So she appears to be on a journey. Who knows? Who knows? We know that she is a very problematic person. We know that. I don't know whether she's on a journey or not. And a person losing weight doesn't mean that they work out. People can lose weight, doesn't mean that they work out. Doesn't mean you could lose weight by doing any number of things. Losing weight and gaining health are different things. This is what I'm talking about. And I think that and I'm glad you asked that question, because a lot of people have misconceptions and people are in denial. People can see from looking at you when you have a certain regiment of healthfulness. They can see from looking at you. This is why I think it's important. And somebody was saying, no, we don't need to use dumbbells as women because we're going to become manly. No, women, we need to lift weights. We need to push up. We need to pull up. We need to do push and pull exercises. And you can work out at home. Get down on the floor and do some animal movements. Crawl, bend, stretch. And HS is saying, why don't you call in? But non-chain restaurants sell unhealthy food. So the comparison makes no sense. You can still be unhealthy and eat only fine dining. That is true. That is true. People can eat only fine dining and be unhealthy. Yes. She looks like she eats at a chain restaurant to me. She looks like she eats at chain restaurants. For her to, that's just me. That's just me. But you're saying that, because you know what? This is the thing, right? She looks lazy to me. She looks lazy. I don't know what it is, but she looks lazy. She looks like the type of person that will go grab a Subway sandwich on her way somewhere. She looks lazy to me. She doesn't look like she takes great care. To me. I'm not talking about anybody else. I'm talking about her. To me, from what it is that I saw of her, she looks like to me, she even looks like she grabs coffee and donuts at Dunkin's. To me. She might look like something different to you. To me, she looks like she eats at chain restaurants. To me. I'm not talking about anybody else. Show me somebody else. Why don't we do this? Send me your picture then. You know how much you work out. Give me your Instagram. I will pull up your page and I will look at your pictures and I'll look and see whether or not to me you look like you work out. Somebody saying we are so hard on each other as women. Listen, we are harder on men on this channel. Somebody's saying, so does he look like he eats out of the garbage? What the fuck are we talking about now? And somebody's saying she doesn't look bad. She doesn't look bad. She looks like diets, maybe walk, but no gym regimen there. I'm not, I think there was a typo in there somewhere. But yeah, to me, that's how she looks to me. And So somebody's saying, didn't she pick the guy up at a bar? Yeah. So I guess, was that bar not a chain restaurant? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? You're in the Ear Live with Tonya. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Tonya, this is NT from California. How are you?
Hey, NT, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm actually, like, I was listening and I'm like in the parking lot, about to go into work. I'm like, let me see what else is going to be said. Right? So I'm like, before I walk in the door at work, I just wanted to just like chime in a little bit. I think people are just projecting, honestly. I don't think you're body shaming anybody. I think you're sharing an opinion like everybody else has on the matter. I think it's very disingenuous of us as people to not to pretend like we're out here and we don't understand what health looks like. We don't understand what yes, different body types are, but what is a natural occurrence versus something that is not natural. Like, for instance, I think it was one of your old broadcasts that I watched, and I really loved it because it rings so true for me, because it was something that my grandmother had said, and she was speaking about makeup. And my grandmother loves makeup, but when she was telling us about makeup, she just was telling us, like, makeup should always accentuate what is naturally dear, what is naturally beautiful. And what I've realized as I've gotten older is that people are using makeup to cover telltale signs. And these are often signs of unhealthy lifestyles.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
You've talked about before about the clearness of our eyes, which is often something you can't hide, right? The whiteness of our teeth, the brilliance of our skin. Those are telltale signs of your health. The softness of your skin, the smoothness of your skin, that's all related to health. So while people are out here pretending they're in la la land, I think we need to start grounding ourselves in reality. And it starts with ourselves, how we see ourselves out here.
Okay, I got you on that. So, question about the whole situation. Do you work out?
I don't work out. I'm starting that. Like, I started yesterday evening with my sister. And the funny thing is, my sister is bigger than me. Physically, she's bigger than me. But there's certain things that if you were to pay attention to my sister and myself, you could clearly see. You may not know for a fact because we're not physicians, right? But you can tell who's healthier. Like, if you talk about who's more healthier, if you knew the signs, you would say my sister is. My sister's skin is brilliant. It's smooth. It's clear. She doesn't wear makeup. Like, she's bigger than me, but she's very proportioned. She has a lot of stamina. Even when we sit down and eat, we go to these chain food restaurants. But you can see she always orders a salad. She always drinks water. She doesn't order anything other than water. Like, it's telltale signs like that.
Interesting.
So there's little things that I've noticed that she's made a habit to do. Like, she always eats a salad with her meal. She's always make sure she gets something a little more lean. She always have like meat, a veggie, something. She never drinks like soda. She doesn't go out her way to drink soda or any like sugary drink. It's always water.
Gotcha,
So it's like things like that. With me, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the meal. I'm buying what the hell I want to buy. I enjoy, of course, eating with her because she's a cheap date. You feel me? Because but it's like it's habits like that.
Let's talk real quick about this. You're like, you're enjoying yourself. You want to eat whatever the hell you want to eat. What do you mean by that? Because I talked earlier about the attitude that we have of, oh, I'm just going to eat this anyway, all else be damned. Are you? What I want to hear more about that.
Okay, so me time, it's like I'm not oblivious to my lifestyle. Every choice that I make regarding myself is a very informed and conscious choice. And I
Okay.
think for people, we're so used to first trying to break through the persona that people have put up for themselves, whether it's to protect themselves or what have you. With me, that wall doesn't exist. I'm making a cognitive decision to eat. I know the risk. I know the trade-off with indulging in certain activities. And I've made a decision that I feel like that I'm okay with, I can live with,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So now I'm at a stage where I'm a little bit older, and I want to make a different, I want to experience a different, I guess a more of a different lifestyle, more or less, based on my decisions. What if I did this? What would I benefit? How would it look on me? How would it make me feel? Right? Because obviously, you know, sugar is addictive, fat is addictive, and those things immediately make you feel good. But on the opposite side, like when you cut those things out and you have a different lifestyle, you can get the same amount of satisfaction from that lifestyle as well. And that's something I haven't delved in yet. So I'm curious to know what that lifestyle is, right? So that's why I'm making the transitions. For me, it's not about vanity, because if that's the case, I would have got, you know, I would have went probably the short because, you know, I can afford it to, like, you know, go ahead, get the liposuction, get the BBL and stuff like that. But to me, the risk outweighs any potential benefit. To do it to go to that type of extreme, especially when you can get it for the low, which is just committing to a different lifestyle and a different type of path for yourself. So I'm trying that new path.
Let me ask you this: considering you're switching over to a new path, without the working out right now, eating what it is that you want, saying that you know the risks. What do you feel your level of self-care is? Do you feel that you're self-caring with this attitude about food and working out right now?
I think, I don't know. I don't necessarily think of it as more or less self-care. I think for me is that I think a lot of times we don't make informed decisions because we're not going out our way to learn. So we're in a state of ignorance, right? And that's something I'm not in. My self-care was in many ways, I've sacrificed a lot of my life for others. So in a way, for me, this is kind of like a sense of self-care because I'm prioritizing my own pleasures, right? So for me, this was kind of like my thing. So when I go out, I do get what I want, right? I'm paying for the bill anyway. I do get what I want. Now, or when I go out to trips, I go where I want to go. I stay where I want to stay, right? Because it's on my dime, right? Whereas if it's somebody else is treating and say, I went to vegan restaurants before. I've went to health conscious restaurants before. And I don't have nothing against them. Actually, I've enjoyed the food there as well. But the reason why I primarily went there because it was on somebody else's dime. It was because there was somebody else who had.
Let me say this. I just want to interject because I know you're getting ready to go into work, so I don't want to hold you very long. So I just want I want to challenge you, right? I understand you're paying for it. I understand that there are pleasures associated with eating certain things, especially when it hits in that dopamine center, etc. And this is why my emphasis is always on health gain versus weight loss, because I want us to focus on the things that are bringing health, right? So when you are indulging and you are participating in a thing that feels good in that moment, yet it is deteriorating your health, is that self-loving?
This is my thing, right? Because there's a short-sighted answer and then there's the long-term answer. The long-term answer is a lot of times what we're basing our cognitive, like what you're basing your answers on now, right? About hey, is this self-care? Because in the long run, this has the potential to be very detrimental, right, to you, like, right? But in the short term, I'm not suffering from those consequences quite yet. So I'm not, like, I know it has the potential of doing that, but it's not something that I'm reaping that consequence from.
Hold on, 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 hold on. I need to challenge you, NT. I need to challenge you because and you know what? And I wrote back to the woman who had asked me earlier about whether or not I was self-caring when I was larger. And I responded back to her. I don't know how long you've been on the broadcast, but I responded back to her that there were ways in which I was not self-caring when I was at that size, right? And just because you don't have any imminent health emergencies doesn't mean that your health is not suffering.
No, and that's not exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think when you think about the time, like, we're on borrowed time, right? No one knows when they're going to leave. And people always talk about that. When people look back on your life, did they see someone who lived their life to the fullest, right? Or that enjoyed their life, that was, that stood by every decision they make, or they see people with a lot of regret, a lot of lost opportunities, a lot of that. So when I think about self-care, like, if I was to go today, I could honestly say I enjoy my life. I prioritize my relations with the people that I care the most about. I haven't been, when it comes to just like the little simple things that make me happy, I haven't denied myself that. Right.
Okay, so I appreciate
can
you
say
saying
but
that.
I think,
Let me just say this because I want to address that point right there. Okay. Because of our culture and how it is that we have been raised, we've been raised to find pleasure in indulging in certain things so that we can say, oh, when I look back over my life, I can say that I lived well because I indulge in these things that are harmful. I mean, I indulged in them, but they were harmful, but I lived a good life because that is where our priority is. Our priority is on the pleasure, not so much on the health. Because when you find pleasure in other things, when you find pleasure in working out, when you find pleasure in doing the things that come along with honoring your body, honoring this temple, you get a new sense for what indulging means and what. So look, I enjoyed taste bud wise, brain wise, because our brains are wired to want fats and sweets because our bodies are very old as humans, right? And we were wired in an environment where these things were scarce or scarce, however you pronounce it. But so now here we are in 2023 when these things are plentiful and readily available, right? And so we don't have to go scouring and scrounging to try to find a little bit of fat, right? So we partake and we indulge in those things. When I was indulging in the ice cream and the melted chocolate with the cakes and the strawberries, yes, of course, as a human being, it hit my dopamine centers. It felt good. It felt pleasurable. When I tell you, when I tasted these flavors together, the warm, gooey chocolate cake and I remember what, I think it was it was like a brownie or something, but not it didn't taste like a regular brownie. It was like a really chocolatey brownie that when I heated it up in the microwave, it was melty. And then I put that ice cream, that vanilla, that Haagen-Dazs silky ice cream on top. And I had some frozen strawberries that they were like dripping in their own juices. I put that together and it hit a dopamine center in my brain. And I was like, ooh, and when I'm telling you, I ate that and I was like, ooh, and it felt good to eat. However, I can acknowledge that that was not an act of health gain. I can acknowledge that I wasn't doing what was best for my body. When I look back over my life, I can say, oh, yes, I hit some dopamine centers. I mean, effing strangers could be hitting some spots on the inside, but when all is said and done, is the act that we're participating in an act that is lifting us up higher in terms of our healthfulness, or is it feeling good in the moment, but silently and secretly tearing us down. And if we know that this is tearing us down and we participate in it, is it an act of self-care or an act of self-abuse?
Mm. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. So with me, and I'm only speaking for myself because with me, I've always kind of like had a plan. I wanted to enjoy my life or freely without at a certain age, and then a certain age, I was going to start trying something different. So I'm at that deadline for myself where, hey, I need to change it up. Honestly, I need to change it up. So that's where I'm at in my journey, right? So it's just me holding on to my commitments to myself. And so I know the sugar things and stuff like that. I'm not really big on the sugar, but there's other things I am big on. So yeah, I'm cutting those things out. So I think it's not a thing. The reason why I'm speaking to this is because I think people need to be honest about their own contributions and to their decision making and how it impacts them. For me, I've made a lot of conscious decisions that impact me. Some for the better, for the worse, or what have you. But nevertheless, it's decisions that I stand by, and whether the consequence is positive or not. And I think that's the reason why I'm able to just be like,
finish that last sentence because I want to interject right there. That's why you're able to.
That's why I'm able to. I'm not. It's not easy for me to project because everything that I've done, I can say I've consciously done that. And the only person, if I'm the reason why I'm in this position or this state, I'm also going to be the one to get myself out of it.
Yes. And so let me just jump in right here because and listen, I commend you for making a life choice and a life change. Have you gotten your blood work done?
Yes.
Okay. What is your are you comfortable saying like is your blood work?
I don't have any high blood pressure. I'm not pre-diabetic or anything like that. I don't have any signs that I'm high health risk. The only thing the only thing that they have talked about was my weight, my BMI, which, you know, to me, BMI since I've grown up has been very controversial because there's this theory that BMI does not take into effect the different body types that exist amongst different.
Right. No, I get that.
Group.
I get that.
But yeah.
Do you feel that you are operating at optimal health physically?
Oh no, I know I'm not, because like I'm very I walk everywhere. I take the stairs everywhere, but I'm not. So I'm not going to necessarily run out of breath, but I know damn well if something was chasing me, like it's going to be very short. I was like, I got him for a good couple of minutes, and then it's like we're fighting because I can't run.
You're so silly. You're so doggone silly. Okay, well, you know what? And I'll say, let me just say this, right? I have been overweight for most of my life, right? I understand the whole BMI thing is not scientifically as sound as some people are trying to make it seem, right? When I was more overweight than I am now, I had different priorities, different pleasures, different things that brought me joy. Now that I am more physically fit, more active, I realize that there were whole parts of my body that I did not access. I realized that there were whole parts of my body that I just didn't take full advantage of. Parts of my bodies that I didn't work out, parts of my body that I avoided. Things that I avoided doing, things that I could not do, things that were difficult to do. And I didn't realize that these things were difficult to do because they were normal, right? Like it's, you know, simple little things, like even just standing up from the floor and how many points of contact do we have to have. But when during the pandemic, I tell you all, it was the early morning. I had difficult getting back up off of the toilet. Like, you know how you go for that early morning urination? It was difficult. I had to push on my legs to push myself up. And I said, if I'm like this now, what are things going to be like going forward? And I had 50 extra pounds on me. There are people out there who have a lot more extra pounds on them and some who have a lot less. But what I'm saying, sometimes we are not aware of our physical limitations. I am glad that your blood work has come back the way that it has. My blood work came back that I was pre-diabetic. My blood work showed that my cholesterol, even though I was a vegetarian, like you're saying you've gone to vegan restaurants, vegan doesn't mean health food because there's lots of deep fried things that are vegan. Deep fried cauliflower
Yeah,
is
you're not
vegan.
lying. And there's something about that vegan cheese that I don't know what they're calling that. I don't.
And so, you know what, the thing about it is that I bought me some vegan cheese once and I looked at the ingredients and the ingredients was like some sort of canola oil or something. It was some soy oil or something. I was like, so rather than eating something that's high in protein, I'm just going to sit here and eat some coagulated fats that are put in the shape of a slice of cheese. I said, F that. I ended up leaving it in the refrigerator for months. The shit didn't even turn green. I had
Oh
to
no,
end up.
no, it don't melt either, really.
I
It
just
doesn't
went
melt
out and
like
got me
normal
some.
cheese.
I just went out and got me some real cheese because I was like, I'd rather have the protein from the dairy than to just be sitting up here eating some canola oil with food dye.
Yeah, yeah.
So nonetheless,
I think
listen, my girl. I want you to be as healthy as possible. Continue to do the
thank
things
you.
that you're doing to create these shifts. I forgot what it is that my doctor told me that for every pound of fat, you lose a certain amount of years of life. Let me look that up real quick. You can
Mhm.
talk while I'm looking this up.
Yeah. No, I was just like, I was just thinking about that because I feel like this whole thing about look, there's nothing cute about not being healthy. There's really not. And I feel like maybe instead of people body shaming or claiming to or projecting about people being body shamed, people probably should focus a little bit more on themselves. Try to be examples of what healthy lifestyles are, right? And then you'll find that a lot of times we're lying to ourselves. Like we're lying to ourselves. We're buying into lies. We're buying into propaganda. I'm sorry. I understand the inclusion, like body inclusion, which is a whole different topic. But there's no way you can tell me certain models or certain body types is symbolic of health. They're just not. And I know we want to include stuff, but there's nothing hot about being unhealthy. There's nothing hot by not being able to go up a flight of stairs without feeling like you're about to have a heart attack or there's not, it's just like, I think we need to be honest with ourselves. And I think the first thing is educating ourselves. Like with me, yeah, I've educated myself on a lot of the choices that I've made, and I still made the choices that I made. And I'm okay with that. But but for me, it was always short term. Ultimately, I do want to be in the most optimal shape or health I can possibly be in, which is why I'm making the transition now, right? Because one, if I'm the one to put myself in a situation, I'm going to be the only one to get myself really out of the situation. But a lot of people don't even see it that way. A lot of people are projecting, putting it on past traumas, things of that nature. But if you understand how powerful you are, especially when it comes to your own body, which is your own domain, you're going to be like so you realize you're a movement within yourself.
Yes,
Honestly.
yes. So I found something online and it says if you have a BMI of 25 or above, hold on, I'm trying to move it over so people can see. All right. If you have a BMI of 25 or above, you cut your life expectancy by 2 months for every 2.2 pounds you carry. So they're saying for every 2 pounds, you cut your life by 2 months. And so It depends. So if you have an additional 50 pounds on you, that's how many is that? 4 years? Wow.
Yeah.
Because
I
there's
mean,
12
because I
months in a
know with me,
year. Uh-huh.
I know you mentioned before how weight looks different on
Oh
people, and you're
no,
right
hold on,
because
hold on, hold on, hold on. I need to do the math on this. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold that train of thought. 2 months. So that's 24. So wait, by 2 months. So there's 1 year is 12 months. And so that means for every two times, wait, are they saying for every 6 pounds you lose a year of life? Is that what they're saying? I need somebody out there who's good at statistical math. Help me do this. Because it says if you have it says you cut your life expectancy by 2 months for every 2.2 pounds. So 2 months for every 2 pounds. So let's just do 2 months for 2 pounds. Help me understand how many years that is for 10 pounds. Some of you teachers out there, you need to come forward with your math skills. All right, go ahead now. Go ahead.
no, I don't know what broadcast you spoke on this about, but you talked about how weight looks different on the same weight looks different on different body types. And I was thinking about that. I was like, you're so true. You're so true. Because my cousin, who I mentioned before, my cousin and my sister, they're both weight less than me, but they look much bigger than me. And I would say I'm a solid 200 pounds, and I'm significantly shorter than them both. But it's like, yeah, weight just looks different. I don't have the crazy bulging
That doesn't
stomach.
make any
I don't have.
sense because muscle weighs more than fat. Is your sister weight training? Because if
No,
she
they're
is,
both of them are not weight training. Actually,
oh,
they don't
well,
incorporate. They incorporate resistance,
mm-hmm.
but they don't actually lift up weights. They don't. And I
It's
think,
important.
honestly, yeah, because I think that's the reason why they're plateauing, because they're not incorporating that weight in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
workout. Quite honestly, um,
Is your sister using a trainer or anybody?
she was, but I think financially, it just for her it didn't make sense. I think for her financially it
Okay.
didn't make
Well,
sense, and
listen,
so she
I
started doing her own
recommend getting
thing.
a trainer. I recommend getting a trainer so that you can have somebody guide you along the process. So I was looking at this after when I wasn't so flustered. And so if it's 2 months for every 2 pounds, that means it's 1 pound for a month. So every 12 pounds is a year less on a person's life. So if a person has an
Mhm.
extra 50 pounds on them, that's 4 years less life expectancy. And then, yeah,
Yeah,
and that's a lot of us. That's a lot of us. That's a lot of us. But listen,
yeah.
I know you got to go to work and I want to get my workout on. It's 12:30. I haven't broken my fast. I want to go jump on the trampoline and I really want to break a sweat and I want to be as healthy as I can be. So I'm participating in the things that, and also, you know what? I'll tell you this much, right?
Mhm.
Working out is good for your mental health. Like when
Mhm.
I work out and I break that sweat, I can feel the endorphins inside. So the same pleasure that I would get from eating something sweet or whatnot, I get a bigger boost from working out. Like when I really get down into the sweat of the matter. So there we go. Thank you so much for calling
No,
in. This was an amazing call.
thank you, Tanya. Bye.
All right. All right. There was a young lady in the comments who was battling back and forth. She never called in. She never called in. So I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I know that I'm about to go jump on a trampoline. So that's the workout that I'm going to do today. I wonder if I should do because I was going to do circuit training today. So maybe, and then tomorrow okay. Let's All right, so I appreciate you all. Let me turn off the phone lines. All right, there's a person that needs to be blocked because they're spamming in my comments. All right. All right. So there's people in the comments trying to give advice to the girl's sister. Please let that woman go get her a trainer so that she could be with a trained professional. Is this not what we've been talking about? So let's continue going forward. Let's do our self-love lesson from today's post. Let's do our self-love lessons. Come on. You know what? Let's take a quick, I gotta run. I've been drinking so much water. I gotta run to the ladies' room. Let's take a quick movement break and we're gonna be right back. Get ready for your self-love lesson. Welcome back, everybody. Let's check the apples. We have some apples that have come in. Let me grab these real quick. All right, Christine sends $10 and says, enjoying the farming discussion. That was great, wasn't it? Ultimate Enigma sends 133 and says, great ideas come to me when working out. I know that's right. I know that's right. Working out is so therapeutic. I need it in my life. I need it in my life. I need it. All right. So let's go ahead and get these self-love lessons up. Remember, the self-love lessons are what you learned about loving yourself during this broadcast. There's a little bit of a delay between when I said it. Gloria is saying, Tonya, do you incorporate intermittent fasting? It's really just a way of life for me because I was never really a big breakfast person. So I like lunch and dinner. So lunch is my first meal of the day. So like right now, I haven't broken my fast for the day yet. So it's not purposeful intermittent fasting because when I was purposefully intermittent fasting, I was not doing a caloric deficit. And if you would like to reduce your weight through intermittent fasting, there has to be a caloric deficit. So that's why I concentrate on health gain, not weight loss. All right, I am honoring my body by eating healthy, fasting, exercise, meditating, and journaling. I know that's right. I'm going to my Pilates class in a bit. I do weight training and increase my water intake as well. I'm big now, but was a lot slimmer till my early 40s. I'm a mother of 5, 4 adults, and a teenager. You have to make the conscious decision to be healthy for yourself. Yes, please turn that around into saying, I have to make the conscious decisions to be healthy for myself. So honor yourself and what it is that you're doing because you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. I am continuing to appreciate myself and am judging myself for the betterment of my longevity. Well, you know, the word judgment is a loaded word. Just make sure that you're easy on yourself. Self-forgiveness. Just make sure you honor yourself with the thoughts that you're having, okay? All right. Now I'm older, Tai Chi and sun salutations regularly. Okay. Self-love lessons. I need to do better with my body. I feel you. I value my life and learn every day how to care for myself better. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Ooh. Stay strong, live long. I'm eating less and exercising more for my physical and mental well-being. Yes. Let's take a few more and then I'll give mine. I treat my body with love and care through healthier eating and habits and exercise. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so I'm going to take a few more in. We have a minute left on this song. I value my health and therefore I maintain it. I love that. Yes, 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 yes. Each and every day, more and more health comes my way. Oh, that person never sent me the video of the girl saying she was going to the Cheesecake Factory, trolling. Today is the 23rd of October. I can't believe so much time has passed. I didn't get the thing.
Just because I slept with a few dudes in the past in college does not mean...
Oh, all right. So let me just give my self-love lesson now. All right. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And I say, part of loving yourself, the self-love lesson that I got from today's video is I'm trying to think. The self-love lesson that I got from today's video is really about, to me, maintaining the thoughts about being intentional about my health gain and being unapologetic with my health gain, acknowledging the humility that it takes to sweat, to be in shape, to focus on our health, because in our community, it's far too tempting to be like, I don't care, and just do whatever and just let things get out of control. But that in and of itself is an act of self-abuse. That some of us, and myself included, that we can self-abuse through food. And in terms of living a good life, this is one thing that I didn't say to NT. I mean, what is the matter with just having a small amount of something that you feel is a treat? Why continue to eat and gorge on it until we're full and past the point of satiety? I would say this, right? If we know that eating a certain something is going to trigger our addiction reflex, then is participating in it in your best interest? Like sugar is highly addictive. You know, are we really doing ourselves a great service by, even if we're eating just a little bit, like we could be like, oh, I just want the pleasure of this. But if we know that that pleasure is going to lead to our downfall or taking us off of our journey, then why do it? Why do it? I am what I eat. If I eat healthy, I will be healthy. And I eat unhealthy, I will be unhealthy. Well, you know what? Healthfulness is holistic, a holistic approach to healthfulness. It's not just about what you eat. It's about how you work out and stretch your body. It's about what time you go to bed. It's about how much water you drink. It's about a lot of different things. So on that note, I will see you all in the next video. Tonya TKO, and I am out.